Ehsaan Ali, thank you so much for helping with my project. Could you say a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, this is me, Ehsaan Ali, and I am from Islamabad, Pakistan. And I recently did my BS Software Engineering degree from Pakistan. And currently I'm working on Fiverr, Upwork, and freelancer.com as a freelancer. I am offering my client services related to Amazon, Amazon Kindle, especially helping book publishing on Amazon Kindles and KDP. And for future, my aim is to create my own software house and especially AI based company. So I am very excited for the new technology related to blockchain, related to AI, and especially cloud computing. So hopeful for the futures and especially for the space missions.
That's really amazing. Do you have some websites where people can find out more about your services?
I'm recently working on as a Fiverr, Upwork, and freelancer.com. And for I recent day, I'm also explore LinkedIn. So I did not create website, but soon I will create websites. I'm working on that. So I'm a software engineer. So I'm working on that. So that must be name is ehsaanalinagyal.com or ehsaankindlewala.com. So I am searching domain names and try to creating that.
Perhaps you could give me a list of links to your various profiles on these sites, and I can add them with the video so people can follow up with you.
Yeah, I will share you.
So how did you get into this kind of work?
For this kind of works, especially for Fivers, I have since 2 years, last 2 years, I'm working on Fiverr. So I have done more than 500 plus orders, level two seller on Fiverr, and like a large amount of experience on Fivers. So I start working just like data entry works and like that works, especially every Pakistani works, and on Fiverr's too much Pakistani are on Fiverr's. Like I can share you some insights. Like I am searching like just like logo designs. There are total people 1.5 lakh, and just Pakistani is like 40%. So Pakistani are too much on Fiverr, Upwork, and freelancer. So that's why we are on a different freelance platform working.
And the Fiverr projects, they're relatively like smaller type projects, right?
Yeah, smaller.
And what are some of the projects you do on Fiverr?
I did different kinds of projects related to help to international clients in ebook formatting, book cover designs like that for international publishers, and some of my gigs related to WordPress, so helping authors to create websites like that. And I have also aim to create my own book on Amazon, so publish and especially create passive income on Amazon too. And mostly I am success related to publishing industry, not software industry like too much success. So I'm trying to keep creating more success related to in software industry, and especially my aim is related to AI and artificial intelligence. So definitely I will work in future in that too.
Um, and what do you see as being the key to having a successful Kindle book? Like you must have seen lots of Kindle books. You must have seen some that have done really well, and maybe you've seen some that have not done so well, and probably lots in between. Well, are there certain things that make a project successful?
Yeah, there are some things like that. Number one thing that you need to, before creating a website, you need to research like that. For examples, like check which book is like more sellings. Like for example, like recipes books are more selling, cooking books are more sellings, like online earning books are more sellings, low content books are more sellings. So first you need to research related to niche or related to topics. One thing, second thing, create contents like copyright free, if you create copyright content on Amazon, so Amazon ban your account, and especially they lost you can lose your efforts, time, and all things. And the most successful things like designs people more attract, like book descriptions like more helpful, title, book cover, especially people catch like for attract for book covers. So like for formatting, then inner contents, so all things like matters.
And which languages do you do? Is it only English or do you do other languages too?
Yeah, we did in English, Italian, Spanish, and other language, German's language. So basically, we do mostly formattings, not for editing. In editing, you need to proofreads like grammatical issues and especially others related issues. So we mostly works like on formatting. And for editing and proofreading, we works only on English. So I have like my team. So my team works on that to like proofread and other things.
Oh, so you have a whole group of people that work on this with you.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have.
About how many people are on your team?
Currently, two or three peoples, but I teach like more than 10 or 20 peoples that are more than like big freelancers to me. Especially, I teach on freelancing. I have my own YouTube channels like Knowledge Tech Urdu. I created 3 years ago and created more than 70 plus videos on that. And so my aim is to teach like in my Pakistani audience to teach and especially my peoples help in online earning, freelancing, YouTubing, blogging, and especially for to create like words. So my peoples have less knowledge related to technology, related to freelancing, related to YouTubing, related to Facebooks and all the things, and especially for making online money. So I'm helping to my people. So I have created different Facebook groups like Learn Freelancing with Ehsaan Nagyal, KDP Kindle Circle by Ehsaan Digital Potohar, my VNs to my own local language promote, and especially for my youth promotes, especially for my local youth promote. So I have created like different Facebook pages, different groups, YouTube channels for teaching people.
That's pretty amazing. I hope you can send me the link to all these things because I
Yeah,
know
I will share.
people will be very interested in looking at it. So I had a couple of questions I wanted to ask you. First of all, before you and I had talked, did you know that NASA is planning to send people to the moon in 2024?
I know a little bit about NASA and its operations, especially for moons and others galaxy stars for sending people. So not too much no like that, but I wish I will more explore like that for especially other planets and other related to informations. So I have some worried about that, especially for satellite. If satellite is not working, destroy, and especially for SpaceX mission, if satellites grow up and when too many satellites are on in space. So it's like worried thing, like if they are fail and they are clash to on the earth, so that's like mess things. Note that their ratio is very less. So but I must say, like all the companies that working on space missions, especially SpaceX, Virgin Galactics, Jeff Bezos company, I think Blue Origins, like I'm not sure which name, that name. So that worry, that more focus on to create product that is more accurate and go it's space, so that's not like clash and destroy Earth.
Yes, it's a very concerning, that you have thousands and thousands and thousands of things circling the earth every 90 minutes, every 60 minutes, every, you know, 200 minutes, and they're just whizzing by so quickly. Uh, it's difficult to manage. But um, let's see. What do you think about humanity 500 years from now? Where do you see us?
Literally, I can say you like just like past 10 years, there is no WhatsApp. Like just past 20 years, there is no Facebook. There is no Twitters, Instagrams, like all social media apps, not like people connecting, chatting each other. So I'm very excited, like what happened in like next 10 years, not for like the next 500 years. So like I'm very like there's people makes online transactions, bitcoins, cryptocurrency, like digital payments, all like stuffs. So people are too much connecting. You can in before that people go for abroad for jobs, and now they are do remotely, and they are like more like earning and like all these stuffs, like freelancing cultures, career cultures are works too much. So I am just worried for like next 10 years. Like there are too much thing happening in just like next 10 years. Like Uber, schemes, and all like applications are there, especially in my country. They all are new, like food apps, like taxi, online taxi apps, like all this stuff like that. So technology are too much booming and growing.
You know, it's funny you mentioned Uber. I think it's easier to get a taxi to come pick you up than an ambulance. I think we need to be able to have like a Uber app for ambulances too, because they have trouble finding where the people are. You don't know how far away they are, and it would be good to have that. But one of the things that's happening in the next 10 years that I'm really excited about is SpaceX is building the Starship, which they plan to also use for point-to-point Earth travel. So I would be able to travel from Houston, Texas to Islamabad, Pakistan in 30 minutes. And then you and I could have this conversation in person. And then I could fly home uh, to do whatever else I need to do.
Yeah, sure. I'm ready to meet you. And one thing I know about to you, like for ambulance, like Pakistan contains like one of the best ambulance services, especially there's are the person named Edie. Recently, they had died. It contains 1800 ambulance. 1800 ambulance, and it's like world biggest charity organization. So Pakistan have like ambulance, and like for humanity works like too much in Pakistan. There are some things like terrorist activities are like that, but in my country, especially for humanity cares, like too much working, especially if within 2 to 3 minutes and 5 minutes you get ambulance. So like free of cost ambulance, not for like charge ambulance, and especially for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting. Right now you have the paramedics, they come out on site, they see the person that needs the ambulance, they put them in the ambulance, and it travels maybe 15, 20 minutes to the hospital. Uh, I mean, there's so much opportunity to actually use like phone data and cellular data so that like the doctor can actually start assessing the patient immediately while the patient's in transit and they know exactly what they're getting.
Yeah.
It's gonna be neat. Yeah, the next 10 years, you're right. Thinking out 500 years is just too difficult, but 10 years is even too difficult. Um, so if it was safe and affordable, would you take a trip to space?
Affordable, no, no doubts, is like too much costly. Recently, the mission of Virgin Galactics, and especially Richard Branson missions, like too much cost and price. Like I'm sure like people explore their new things, and especially research related to the different orbits. So like that is a good thing. Like explore new things, finding new things. Maybe they find like more better way than Earth. So when people research finding new things, then they understand like that things. So when more companies adding, so affordable, I think so increased, and more people go on earth, so cost literally decreased. So it's take time.
But assuming it was, let's just say that maybe the cost of the flight was free. Would you take it?
I think not for free, but like for save, like when more tests like that, for example, like say a few years ago, a few hundreds years ago, people's not about aeroplanes. So nowadays, people are feel safe on aeroplanes. So many things like that, people not first feel safe. So I think so the cost is decreased, but not like free. I think so.
That's true. That's true. But that's assuming you had the money for it. Would you go?
Yeah, sure. Like I have too much interest related to, especially nowadays. I increase, especially Richard Branson mission, SpaceX itself, Elon Musk mission, and especially for say, Jeff Bezos missions. So again, interest. No doubt, in Pakistan, the Pakistani company are not too much works on like on space, or not on satellites and like that. So I wish I will create my own space company, not for like
Yes.
that. Like my own space company, people's help in traveling in space and like that. So I have too much, like I learned so much, especially with Elon Musk, and especially there's missile systems, especially reuse missile systems. It's like a reuse space system. So I have very much interest like that, so especially nowadays gains too much, especially after the Richard Branson mission and like all this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And there were only two countries that had private companies sending things into orbit. One of them was the United States. Do you know what the other country was?
I'm not sure like the other country name, but I know like three companies names. Like so, one is like the uh, 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 one is like Elon Musk, and second is like Jeff Bezos' company, and third is like Richard Branson company, Virgin Galactics. So I know it's three companies name, but I'm not sure like other countries.
Well, the country I'm thinking about is New Zealand, and they have a
Okay.
company called Rocket Labs that's able to launch satellites into orbit. They've since moved their company. I mean, they still launch from New Zealand, but officially now it's a US company because they want to be able to sell their services to the US government. But my thinking is if New Zealand can create a private space industry, Pakistan should be able to too.
Yeah, Pakistan have own missile systems, like all these stuffs like that. Pakistan contains like world seven countries like on missile systems, like air systems. Like Pakistan, especially in Pakistan, military contains too much powers in that sectors. But you know that in Pakistan's like less amounts of Nobel Prize scientists, researchers in like researchers, and especially in missile industry and other industries. So it's take time. For Pakistan, it's take for that time even Pakistan even not have vehicles companies. Own even Pakistan did not contain vehicles companies. How they can contain like space companies? So it's take little bit times in my country, especially even my country did not have own mobile companies for creating own mobile cell phones and own create vehicles and like other like stuffs. So it's take time in my country, especially did not contains even electrical vehicles company, or some are but they are in research stage.
Yeah, the having that manufacturing base, the ability to make machines and make machines that make other machines and kind of high precision parts and that type of thing.
Yeah, in
Well,
Pakistan mostly outsource parts, like for other countries like take parts and then in manufacture in Pakistan. So it's take time in my country especially, but I wish my country creates own space company and likes traveling, and especially in all way, like we compete in worlds and creating like new things and new products. Not only every products create like a US first time, so my country even create some products like first times, and they are the first in that industry or in that things.
that that is amazing. Well, those are the questions I had. Did you have any questions for me or anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, nothing's more sense like that, but I am excited related to space and space missions, like all these stuffs like that. So I hope in 2024 when you will go on on moon. So definitely at that times I am thinking and I am creating my own company. So uh, like I wish I will create like all this stuff like that, new technology, exploring new things. So no doubt we have fears like that. Every new things have fears. There is no things like that. New things contains fear, cost, unsafeness, and all like stuffs. Like say humans wants to travel like safe, comforts. So that is uncomfort thing. Like, but when they take decisions like recently Richard Branson take decisions and go on space and like I'm really excited like that. The man's like at the age of 70 go on space, and especially he's the founder of company and have trust on own product, and without his lives like all the things like they go on space and back on space. So I'm really excited.
I'm excited too. I'm going to be cheering it on whenever it happens, and I'm really excited about what the next 10 years do for us.
Sure.
Well, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to staying in touch.
Okay, thank you so much. I am with you, and you offer me in your interview. Thank you so much for your time, especially.
Well, Firmalinge.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.